Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Sunday, August 11th, 2019 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I let love lead. But like yesterday, I have music playing on through my head. As soon as I, downloaded the energy mantra, the song from Tesla, I had to go look it up, who sang it. I think 80s power ballad, Love Will Find a Way, came streaming through and has not stopped, basically, since I started looking at this astro. And I think, there's a lot of interesting things going on today, and I think that's the key point to hold on to as we move through this shift and change that is happening, that love will find a way. And meanwhile, let love lead to help it to find a way through all of this stuff. So let's dig into the changes. The three major things that are happening today. We have Jupiter going direct. We have Mercury moving from the sign of Cancer into Leo, finishing up this Mercury retrograde cycle. Mercury retrograde did begin in Leo, so we're in shadow for a few more days. And we have Uranus retrograde. Now, the first note that I want to mention with this, with Mercury shifting signs and Uranus going retrograde, technology may be like, whew, kablooey. If you have technology issues, do not fret, do not fear. They will soon make a shift. And if it is something that's like dying, let it go, because this is such a major shift. Uranus is the higher vibration of Mercury. Uranus has very strong electrical issues or electrical energy. So when Uranus makes major transits, it can feel like a Mercury retrograde. Between the fact that that's happening and Mercury is shifting signs, I will not guarantee that you will have technology issues, but oh my God, chances are there will be some level of technology that you're like, WTF, what is happening? Like, why? Why is this happening right now? So just keep that in mind. That being said, let's go through these points as they shift. So our first shift is Jupiter going direct. Jupiter has been retrograde since April 10th. And now Jupiter is moving direct in Sagittarius. Now, it may take a little time for this adjustment to feel this energy. Our focus during this time has been looking within to find the good. Because sometimes when Jupiter goes retrograde, it can feel like, wherefore art thou, universe? Like, what happened to the good? What happened to the good things? Especially in the sign of Sagittarius, because Sagittarius does bring that optimistic energy, which we need. Love will find a way. So with Jupiter going direct, I do feel like wheels are going to be moving forward again in motion, bringing some good things into our lives. With Jupiter retrograde in Sagittarius, Sagittarius being one of the signs that cultivates knowledge, still be willing to check your beliefs, good or bad. I don't know. What did you learn over these last 4 months? What have you learned about yourself? What have you learned about the universe? What have you learned about gratitude, the practice of gratitude in the universe? Take that with you as you move forward. Take that with you as you keep checking yourself, checking your beliefs. Now, Jupiter will finish up in the sign of Sagittarius in December, right before some other shift hits the fan, right before we have, I can't tell you, but a pile of stuff just fell over when I said that. Right before we have, what do we have? We have an eclipse on Christmas, and before Pluto and Saturn come together, and Uranus goes direct with another eclipse, all of that's going to be happening. So we really do have to learn this lesson of gratitude, of finding the good in this moment. And I pulled a card. I pulled cards specific to some of the events. This is the card that I pulled for Jupiter direct. Totality. Be in the moment. Look for the light. Look for the hand that is reaching out to guide you, whether it is via the universe or somebody here offering a kind word, a kind something. Look for that light and let that help you moment to moment. Be in the presence. Do not keep going back and reliving all of the pain, all of the sorrow, all of the disappointments. What is in this moment for you? What is this lesson in this moment? Where is the light? Where is the good? This is a major lesson of Sagittarius, and this is going to be very important to learn. So with Jupiter going direct, check your beliefs, check the belief. Do you have the belief that good things happen for you? Good things are happening for you? That the universe is working for you? Or do you have beliefs that are opposite of that? And if you have opposite, this is a good time to make some shift around that, because I promise you the universe is working for you. But be present in the moment. And this is a 5 card, so be very aware of how your mind is serving you belief-wise as this energy moves forward. But it is like, oh, hip hip hooray! And meanwhile, we have Uranus going retrograde, so it's like, oh, okay, a little 2 steps forward and 1 step back. So got a little of that going on. Mercury moving into Leo. So we have this mercurial shift, I didn't write it down, at 12:46 p.m. Pacific time. Jupiter, for those who want to know, Jupiter is going retrograde at 6:37 a.m. Pacific time. So, 12 afternoon. Early afternoon. Hi! Speaking of good things that just ran under the bed. I was like, come show yourself. No. She's on a mission. Okay, back to this. Mercury moving into Leo. Now, let me just start with the cards that I have for this. I have the Sorrow card, and I have the Outsider card. So, like I said, Mercury is not completely out of the shadow. I think we move out of the shadow at the same time as the full moon later this week on the 15th. So we have a few days of shadow remaining, meaning we dealt with a lot of emotional stuff with Mercury retrograde in Cancer. Now, to be fair, this morning up until like basically 1 p.m. Pacific time, we will have Mercury at that 29th degree. Emotional stuff may come up to be worked through. So be aware of that. But even once it moves into Leo, yes, sunnier energies are ahead. Whoop, whoop. Like, hooray, thank you. Yes, universe. And yet, there are some sorrows that are still kept in lock and key. Here we have, that are keeping you from attaining that thing that feels the opposite of the outsider, that feels like stepping into your rainbow, stepping into your ultimate timeline. So be aware of these sorrows that your inner child has been carrying that need to be processed, especially when Mercury is just, finishing up this shadow. I do feel within a few days it's going to be like, there's the sun. Oh my gosh, I missed it. But for right now, if the sorrows are still present, account for them. Be accountable to them. Allow them to make themselves known so that you can walk through the gate, so that you do not have to be held back by whatever those feelings are any longer. Be the parent to your inner child. Be cognizant, be conscious of what's going on in your mind. And again, just like Jupiter in Sagittarius is saying, check your beliefs around it and check those things that are playing in your mind. Good things happen for me. The universe is working for me. What am I grateful for? What is the lesson in this moment? All right, next up, Uranus going retrograde. Did you know Uranus will be retrograde into 2020? Uranus goes direct on 1/11, and we have an eclipse, depending on where you live, on the 10th or 11th of 2020, January 2020. So that is going to come back with a bang. But for now, we do need to go in and work this process. Now, one of the things that I've been saying is like Uranus energy, it loves to bring change. It brings liberation. It is also bringing change in regards to Earth energy. Earth is going through changes. One of the points that we talked about with Uranus in Taurus has been, how are you valuing the resources of the Earth? How are you valuing Earth herself as this being, as this entity? I do feel like as you value your home, as in Earth, so you value yourself. So take notice on these energies and how they're showing up for you. How you're feeling about the Earth. Does it mirror in any way how you are feeling about yourself? Just realized I didn't look at what degree it goes back to. This is my beginning of the year cheat sheet where I write down all of the things. It goes back to 2 degrees. So we're starting at 6 degrees, that degree of balance, and we're moving back 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, several degrees back to the 2 degree. The 2 degree that represents nurturing energy, which has been such a big, important energy for us this year with all this North Node in Cancer and the eclipses and all that going on. So nurture the universe, nurture our earth, nurture yourselves. That's part of it. Notice your worth stuff. How are you showing up? And how are you bringing forth these divine gifts? When you love yourself, you're able to bring forth these divine gifts that you have, including just the divine gift of your presence. And I kind of get that from the card that I got from Uranus retrograde. Rebirth. There are going to be changes with this Uranus retrograde. Was looking to see swords or pentacles. Swords card. There are going to be changes in the earth, changes in yourself. One of the things that I get really strongly is there are going to be things in your life that you are going to be asked to let go of in order for you to step up to this next level. Do not be afraid of what you need to release, because the universe is not a jerk. And it is replaced with something better, and better meaning more in alignment with who you truly are. So through the changes, don't cling, don't hang on, try to be at ease with these energies. This includes today. God, please don't make my technology go boom. But if technology, goes boom for you today, this is part of the shift. This is part of your evolution. Uranus, evolution energies. So as we pull in, every retrograde pulls us in. It's asking us to go through ourselves and make the shifts. Now, also, Uranus energy, Uranus and Taurus. Taurus deals with the 5 senses. You may be asked to make changes, release things in regards to your 5 senses. So this could be, the universe asking you, please stop eating that food. Please stop drinking this drink. Please stop being with this person. Please stop going to this place. Please stop spreading this perfume on yourself. Whatever. There's so many different levels. But tune into your senses and how, on a sensory level, are you being asked to release so that you can level up. Holding an amethyst. So be aware of that energy for this. I also wrote something else here. Oh, yeah. Uranus going direct with the lunar eclipse. Ooh, that is going to be some potency. All of this that's happening right now is setting us up, and it has been, for 2020, which has some shebang in it. So the rest of the astro is no slouch itself either. We have Venus in conjunct Neptune. Did I say love will find a way? We have this yod ongoing. I keep talking about this. Focused right now on the Sun and Venus, which are together. They are pretty much conjunct still in Leo. Right now we have Pluto in Capricorn feeding in, and Neptune in Pisces feeding in. There is some really old stuff. There are some really old stories that we keep telling that need to be purged by the light of love. Sun and Venus together, you're so lit up. You are so light. You can transmute these energies. Yes, we do need to feel them to heal them. But you can transmute it. You don't have to hold on to these old stories. You don't have to hold on to these old patterns. Pluto and Capricorn's like, you get to transform your structure. Part of your structure has been these stories. You get to transform this energy. Love yourself enough to stop telling these stories. Love yourself enough to release these energies that are keeping you from your highest timeline path. Neptune energy, there's a spiritual path for you in order to release these old karmic things. What is your personal spiritual path? People are going to do it in many different ways. What is your path? How are you being called? What is your inner voice saying? What is your creative solution to use that Leo energy? What is your creative solution for this? I guarantee that there is a solution, but just be very aware of that. Last thing of note, the moon. The moon is in Capricorn. Moon in Capricorn is actually the last connection Uranus makes before going retrograde. And I always think it's interesting to see what the last connection a planet makes before going retrograde or direct or whatever. So the last connection that Uranus is making is with the moon. Be aware of hidden motivations that may be keeping you stuck in a loop, stuck in a cycle. My feeling is that this Uranus retrograde is going to make you aware of some of those hidden loops, but if you can be aware of it right now, get ahead of the game so it's not a slam when Uranus is like, okay, you got to be done with that. So a few other cards that I pulled for the rest of the astro. Be very aware of your mental energy. The mental energy may feel a little strange and off the hook today because of these shifts, and it's going to take a little bit of time to adjust. Please be kind to your nervous system. I have the maturity card in reverse. I feel like this has to do with the Yod energy, and I feel like this has to do also with that Moon Uranus energy. We're not fully willing to see the shadow, which is part of the whole of who we are. But the more you can step into that and start transmuting, bringing the light to it, and honoring those places where it's been, you will find yourself making your way to the light. And use creativity. This is a fire card. Use creativity as part of your process. So I know that was a lot, but holy cow, today is a lot. So you can always book a reading with me. I highly recommend them as we build into this 2020 energy. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. One last day. What are you grateful for? I'm so grateful for all of these downloads that come through because it does help me. I remember, as I go through the days, I remember this came through the scope. I need to remember to do this. I try as much as I can to walk my talk and to listen to these downloads that come through. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you, and you do have the power through all of this. It is happening for you. Namaste.